Welcome to our backyard garden makeover video. I have had 3 weeks of annual leave and we completely did our backyard makeover. Here's a video of what we did and reasons why. I hope you enjoy. Well, now the backyard garden makeover is finished. Come along and I'll show you what we have done. From the back section where all the vegetable beds are, as you can see, they are no longer there, and we have made one massive vegetable bed. This bed is an 8 meter by 4 meter patch. It consists of 16 rows. However, I have taken 3 of those rows out and using them for pathways like this one to access. If I wanted to in the future, I could use those as well to grow things. You will see I have placed bamboo stakes all the way along. These are spaced at 50 centimeters apart, which is what I want the row spacings to stay at in this garden. On this side of the path is going to be all tropical. Not still sure where I'm going to put this mulberry tree. Haven't worked that out yet, but the plan is I've got one dragon fruit at the back and there'll be another dragon fruit in front. Due to the asparagus still having ferns on it, I haven't shifted this, but this bed will run long ways instead of run between here. Up in this rear section where the fruit trees are, we have planted the pears. Then we go along and we've got the apples next, quince, plums, and then at the end I have planted the Davidson plum here, and there we have the peanut tree. All of the berry plants are now along the back wall here. And that pathway in between will mean great access, and having the trees along the back wall here will mean they will provide plenty of shade for them and we won't have to put shade up for them. We have also installed this retaining wall and then dug all of the soil out to be quite low, so that way the aquaponics area can drain better into this area. We also installed that retaining wall up there. Makes quite a nice little way. You can access all the citrus trees and guava easily now. We also installed this pool fence, which I got from Marketplace, and we have also installed a self-closing gate and latch that the kids can't open for safety. I also installed these brackets on the aquaponics, which is stiffened the frame up heaps. Putting the gate up against the wall like I have has just improved the access and the usability of this area out here massively. Down the side of the house is also now paved. We're using it for a range of storage of stuff. Coming up 10 years we've been at this house, and we have not really ever used this door here, but since doing this, We've been coming out here using it to access the aquaponics, to pick sweet potato leaves. It's amazing what a clean up and making something accessible does. Now for the changes to the aquaponics. You'll remember they were all along this fence, and now it's in the middle. This has just made everything so accessible. I can walk down here. I can access my fish, no problems. Filters are easy to get to, clean. I have access all the way around both of my solids lifting outlets. Can get a pump in there, can clean it. I don't have to reach out massively to get into my garden beds anymore. Just so much more accessible. And gives me a little bit of room to film things like I'm filming today, which is how to make a seed raising mix. This tree here and that magnolia there are going to go in their pots over in the garden over there, which will clear this up a little bit more. But even so, access, you can access everything. Little NFT project, you can access it. You can walk right up to these. Be perfect place to put tomatoes here because I can get straight to it and tie them up easily. We've got storage underneath this end. I may even make a little seed raising station underneath there, I'm not sure yet. But can access both sides of the citrus trees. Can get to the back side of the aquaponics. So you might be thinking, why did I shift the garden bed from up the back there? A couple of reasons why. The sun, which is sitting right over there, in the winter drops so low that, as you can see right now, we are at 7:30 in the morning and there is not an ounce of sunlight on the back garden. So that means that this patch will get way more sun in the winter, which means things will grow much better. Also on this side of things, this is the kids' play area, lawn, and the hose is just there. It means that I can stand and walk along this fence line and I can water, I can liquid feed, I can do whatever I want with the patch from here. Things that we'd still like to do in the future, I would like to rip this bit of shade down and install 2 posts down this end and 2 big posts down this end, and then set up some shade cloth on rollers at either end, and then basically have on that roll 30% shade cloth, 50% shade cloth, and no shade cloth. And the idea would be, as the weather changes, to be able to roll out different grades of shade cloths for the weather. For example, because we're still having 30-degree days now and we've got seedlings in the ground, the 30% is doing good. But if you were to have a 40-degree day, be able to roll out 50% shade cloths. It will take a little bit to design it, but once it's set up, it's going to be awesome. We also have to work out for the future how we're going to net the fruit trees. I don't think for the next 2 years there's going to be too much of a drama. While they are small, I'll be just using net bags. And I don't know if you can see over there, we have a huge amount of bird life that has moved in here. We have a couple of blue wrens, as well as that guy. I'm very happy with how things have turned out. Don't get me wrong, there are still some finishing touches around the place that we need to do. A couple of things that need shifting, but it has turned out, the accessibility is just absolutely awesome. I thought I'd just quickly run through with everyone a few of the costs. So, the rear garden bed update, that costs $278.34. That basically was for all of the retic work in there. The fence, the pool fence, that costs us $175.46. That was $50 for the fence off Marketplace, and then we had to buy the hinges and latch, which they're not very cheap. The aquaponics upgrade, that cost us $546.60. That's for all the PVC pipe fittings, everything we needed for that. And then the patio fix, because the patio was quite wonky, that cost us $158.44. So the total of all the garden upgrades was $1,158.54, which is, I think, it's not too shabby considering the amount of work we put in. Hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more. We're going to have heaps of content coming out in the future on how to raise seeds, making your own seed mix, pruning trees, everything. So stay tuned and like and subscribe.